Okay. This is my millionth attempt at Cam Studio. Cam Studio, really great free software for uh, doing screen captioning video and stuff like that. But I've had a lot of frustrations and problems with it. And it's not a knock against the software, it's a knock against me as a member of civilized society. I'm not one. And so computers and stuff and I have issues now and again. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. I probably don't need to make them that big. But as far as digital tutorial online, because I was doing a lot of the art school confidential stuff, which just turned into a vlog. And I like it as a vlog. I don't have time to keep it up like I would have liked to. And we will be doing more videos, especially with Santa Claus and Christmas and the holidays coming up. But basically, I've wanted to do this for a while, and it took me a long time to figure out how to run Cam Studio, so now I'm doing it. Okay, now to talk about what I'm actually drawing is I'm drawing Mr. Cuddles, who was our hero in our first Tales of Destiny issue number 1, now available through the Amusedom app on iTunes, as well as in the Nook and the Kindle. So it took us a long time to get here. Mr. Cuddles, he's been with me for a couple of years now as far as in my head, but as far as the characters he's basically, if you haven't read the book, read the book. He's a possessed teddy bear, and he's not demonically possessed, he's angelically possessed. He's possessed by an angel and given this assignment, and forced to guard this little girl, and it's not something he really wanted out of life. It's not where he thought he was going to be this far in his career, and he says he kind of despises the little girl, but I doubt it for a couple of reasons. A, I created him, and none of my characters are going to tell me how to write a story, and B, because of how he goes so far out of the way to protect the little girl. And he'll just boast that he doesn't want a blemish on his record, let one get away. But Mr. Cuddles, I think he deep down likes Emily, the little girl. He's in charge of protecting from demons and stuff. And if you're not familiar, this is Manga Studio I'm doing this in. I'm fairly new to Manga Studio. I really enjoy the heck out of it. I've worked in GIMP, I've worked in Photoshop, I've worked with Publisher, but the way I've described it is Manga Studio is a tool created by artists for artists, whereas something like Photoshop is created with the belief that that product's going to be used by a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. So Manga Studio is really just for comic book artists, and I like it. It has a lot of little things that are really comic booky. In fact, it even has a brush tool to do the Kirby Crackle. Oh, and I love me some Kirby Crackle. I throw it in my books any chance I get. I love it. But Mr. Cuddles here is, you'll see I'm not worried about staying in the blue lines or matching up the blue lines, because yes, I'm doing this digitally, but the blue lines are acting like my non-photo blue pencil, meaning that if I were to scan this image, which it's already in a computer, so I don't have to, but theoretically, if I was scanning this work, the blue lines would not show up. And it's a technique that Walt Disney created or stumbled upon. He figured out the blue lines, a particular type of blue doesn't work or isn't seen under the light of a scanner or photo. So if you don't believe me, if you have some of that lined paper, go ahead and just run that through a generic scanner, and you'll only see the red and black lines. It's pretty cool. But actually, I'm gonna take off the blue line. I'm gonna go back in the sketch and turn it off, and it just leaves you with the regular pencil lines or ink lines I've been throwing down. I'm getting used to working with the computer. It hasn't always been my favorite, but I'm getting used to it. You'll see more digital stuff from Destiny as we progress. It was just a shock to even get this book in the Kindle and on the Apple Store. And I had a lot of fun drawing Mr. Cuddles. I came up with the initial idea for the teddy bear, and then I gave it to Phil, my co-creator and novelist buddy, and he made it dark, so much darker than I thought it was going to be, and I'm pretty twisted from the get-go. Now I'm going to show you something here that's kind of cool. You can do this with a lot of characters. I'm just doing these little hash marks along the perimeter of the character, and a lot of Mr. Cuddles was these little hash marks because it gives him that texture. Now, he doesn't look exactly like this in the book because when I did him for the book, I did these ink washes. So he's got this like really interesting gray wash technique pattern running through him. And if I knew how to duplicate that digitally, I'd show you what I mean. But the wash gives him kind of that fur texture that I was shooting for with the teddy bear. And I wanted Mr. Cuddles to look like that teddy bear that's just gone through war, that's been beaten up and dragged everywhere by this little girl, and he's a Vietnam veteran in a lot of ways. From the angel that's possessing him, who's been through the war between heaven and hell, and to the physical form of the bear. Now, Mr. Cuddles is a fun character. We're going to do more with him. I get asked a lot about the eye patch. Why the eye patch? And there's two reasons for the eye patch. One was when I was originally doing the designs for the teddy bear, I knew I wanted to do something that would give him a darker edge. And originally I drew a noose around his neck as a tie. And I thought that was way demented. And so instead of going with the noose tie thing, the eye patch came into play as an homage to one of Jack Kirby's characters, Nick Fury. And I wasn't so much talking about the Nick Fury that we see now in the Avengers, but the war veteran from the World War II comics, Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. So it was my little nod to Kirby with the eye patch. And like I said, I love Kirby. There is there was no better artist in the industry, and this is the crackle that I was talking about. I'll throw some crackle back here. because you gotta have if the Kirby crackle. That's just awesome. So, but yeah, the book has been a surprise for me. I'm glad it's out there. It was fun to show it off at Comic-Con. I got a lot of praise for the character. And it was kind of interesting because the year before I'd gotten my ass handed to me by the artists and art portfolios who were like, oh, it's kind of kiddish and kind of stupid. But then when they saw the finished book, they're like, okay, the bear's awesome. The bear is awesome. And not a single guy said anything bad or negative about the teddy bear. And that was pretty cool. And we're going to see a lot more of this guy. And just, he's everything that Destiny Comics is about. It's sweet, it's cuddly, and it's disturbing. Yeah, we're going to destroy your childhood one stuffed teddy bear at a time. So, with that said, thank you for watching this. I'm having fun with the crackle. I really am. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Well, it's not really a tutorial. Again, it was a video just proving I can do these things, mostly because Cam Studio and I have not gotten along previously, and I know it's a great tool on YouTube. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe. Please like us. Yeah, like me. Seriously, like me. I need the ego boost. But subscribe, like us, buy the book, and we're going to keep doing these videos. I'm going to do a little bit more in-depth stuff with Mr. Cuddles. This was really just for me to figure out how on God's green earth I can work with Cam Studio.
Please exit through the gift shop.